My name is Komomo and I catch people who cheat in Rust. We start this video off on Warban, its EU3X Trio server. There's currently 522 players on here and it wiped 7 hours ago. When I get into the server, I type a command in that allows me to spectate the player. And then as always, because I know the person's a cheater, I chuck another command in that's called pacifism, which means they can't do any damage to anybody else on the server. This cheater respawns and then he grabs himself another kit. By that time, it's gone nighttime in the game and he just tries to avoid that group that he just died to. Now, I didn't want this cheater to take this guy's loot. He was just throwing his stuff on the ground because he's getting shot out here, which is a general thing people do in Rust. Try and be friendly and not get killed. So I shoved a rocket up his ass. Yet again, these persistent Rust cheaters. This guy's respawned and then all he's pretty much done is just run around mindlessly until I got bored of him and then I just banned him. Now, when I went to his base to delete his entities, do you see the guy that's on the very top of the base jumping around here? This guy's also a Rust cheater. Now, if you got some good eyes, you would have noticed him at the start of this video because this cheater was actually versing that cheater and they were doing a catch and kiss around the base. Anyway, as I always say, we should always F7 report. Doesn't matter who it is, chuck an F7 report in if you think the person's cheating. Now for this one, we swapped servers and went over to Warban, its 3X Solo Duo Trio. And this one's got 740 pop and it wiped 2 hours ago. And as always, we start with spectating the player and then giving him pacifism. Now I'm just going to let this recording play out for you guys. I want you guys to pay close attention to him using ESP or wall hacks, as well as the one tapioca, which for people that have watched many of my videos, basically it means whenever they use the Eoka, it goes off first time every time. If you've used an Eoka in Rust, you'd know that it doesn't happen every single time whenever you use it the first time. You'll see what I mean shortly.
What the frick is this? Why is it all twig? I'm about to be deep in the compound, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. And drop Drop a comment. What the frick is this? Peekaboo? What? I'm out of here, man. Screw this. Knock it off. Alright, guys, I'm really leaving. This is weird.
Now this cheater respawned and I decided to throw him up into the air. Now this makes it very easy for me because I'm using Tommy Gun's plugin. The link is in the description. Basically what I do is I run a command called high ground and it throws him up into the air high enough that when he falls he should take full damage. But you can see here I run it multiple times and he still doesn't fall down and take any damage. And after doing all that it looked like he didn't want to leave, so I just spammed blue screen of death on him. Now for this one, we're heading over to Warban. It's 3x quad server. And this has 250 people and wiped 31 hours ago. Now, as always, when we get in the server, we spectate the cheater and we give him pacifism. Now, upon me spectating this cheater, I noticed straight away he was in a base here, giving stuff and loot to another player that wasn't in his group. Now, when we turn radar on, we can see a little bit more information without running any commands. You can see the guy on the left here. You can see his name. You can see his HP. You can see the distance he is from the player I'm spectating. Remember, I'm spectating this cheater here, which is called Pato Violador, whatever that is. Now, the guy on the left has a C next to his name up the top there. That means clan. It means he's in a clan, and the color of that clan shows and represents other people when you're visually looking at radar. The one on the right shows us that he's in a team, and that's the color of the team that he's in. So if you see another person with the same color as that team, it'd indicate that they're in a team together. Unfortunately, some of the colors are very similar, and it's not always good to go off that. But you can see here that one's in a team, one's in a clan, so you know that they're not in the same group. I also verify this by running a command. Now, when I run this command, I know that KVNZ is already in a group, and he's already at max pop on this server because he's in a quad already. And this is a quad server, so you can have 4 people in your group. So at the very least, he's breaking the rules already here for teaming up with somebody that isn't in his group. I don't really handle teaming shit. I just catch people that cheat in Rust. But when they're teaming with a cheater and they're already in a group and they're breaking multiple different rules, I rule that when I'm dealing with the cheater and when I'm going to deal with this particular person here, playing with the cheater.
Shoot where I shoot rocket. Shoot where I shoot the rocket. Like, you shoot, then I shoot the rocket.
I give them a command here called dud, which means that any damage they try to do to buildings doesn't work. Now this loser grabs an AK, naked by the way, and then he goes out and he tries to kill more people. Now for this one, we head over to Warban. It's 2x trio, and this one has 726 people on it and wiped 3 hours ago. And if you guys have been playing along, we load into the server, we spectate the cheater, and we instantly give him pacifism because I already know he's a rush cheater. Now this cheater and his buddy basically just build a base and it turns nighttime by that time. And I seem to think that cheaters just forget that it's nighttime and they just use their cheats pretty blatantly, because this guy was just toggling on and looking at different people in different areas, and then he blatantly just goes for 2 people.
Motherfucker, he didn't hit me once. Suck, bro.